On the morning Aderonke Adeyemi married Chief Solomon Balogun, the sky over Lagos was the color of fresh bruises, purple, swollen, and threatening rain. Balonke stood before the mirror in her mother's cramped two-bedroom flat in Surulere, staring at a woman she barely recognized. The woman in the mirror wore lace imported from France, hand-beaded with crystals that caught the light like secrets. Her gele sat perfectly, sculpted into confident folds. Gold jewelry rested heavy on her neck and wrists, announcing wealth before she even stepped outside. Yet Ronke's eyes told a different story. They were the eyes of a girl who had learned early that love did not pay school fees. Smile, her mother whispered, adjusting the lace at Ronke's shoulder. Mama Kemi's voice trembled, despite her effort to sound proud. People are watching. Ronke smiled, but it felt like betrayal. Of herself, of the boy she once loved, of the dreams she buried quietly so they wouldn't scream. Outside, the street buzzed with gossip. Neighbors leaned over balconies. Women pretended to sweep while watching the convoy of black SUVs crawl toward the house like well-fed snakes. Children ran alongside the cars, shouting, Oyinbo, money, Oyinbo money, even though Chief Balogun was as Nigerian as palm oil and pepper soup. At 68, Chief Solomon Balogun was old enough to be Ronke's grandfather. His belly announced years of excess. His walking stick, carved with symbols from a time Ronke had only read about, clicked against the pavement as he stepped out of his car. He wore white agbada, so crisp it looked freshly ironed by angels. He smiled when he saw Ronke. People said his smile had built half of Lekki. People also said it had destroyed families. And Ronke took his hand. It was cool, surprisingly firm. "You're the beautiful," he said. She nodded, because saying thank you felt like a lie. 2 years earlier, Ronke had knelt on the floor of the University of Ibadan bursary office, her palms pressed together in desperation. Her final year fees were due. Her father had been dead for 5 years, killed by a drunk driver who never paid a kobo in compensation. Her mother's tailoring business barely kept food on the table. NEPA bills piled up like insults. Kulek, her boyfriend of 4 years, held her hand tightly. "I will sort it out," he said with the confidence of a man who had never sorted anything out before. "Just give me time." Time was what Ronke didn't have. When Chief Balogun first noticed her at a charity event, where she served drinks to men who smelled like cigars and power, she did not think much of it. Old men always looked. They looked as if youth were something they could still buy. But he did more than look. He asked her name, he remembered it. He sent a car. Within a month, her fees were paid. Within 3, her mother's shop moved to a better location. Within 6, Kuna stopped calling. When Chief Balogun proposed, he didn't kneel. "I will take care of you," he said simply. "For life?" Ronke said yes, because poverty had taught her fear, and fear had taught her obedience. Chief Balogun's house in Ikoyi did not feel like a home. It felt like a museum curated by a man afraid of death. Paintings of unknown ancestors stared down from the walls. Corridors echoed, even when Ronke walked softly, as if the house wanted to remind her she did not belong. Her husband had rules: dinner at 8, no visitors without permission, no questions about business. At night, Chief Balogun slept early. He did not touch her much. When he did, it was brief mechanical, like signing documents. Ronke told herself this was the price of comfort. She bought new clothes. She sent money home. She learned how to smile without meaning it. Then the dreams started, dreams of locked rooms, dreams of crying she could not locate, dreams of a woman who looked like her but older, screaming her name. Don't go there, the housekeeper warned her one afternoon. They stood at the end of a corridor Ronke had never noticed before. The door at the end was darker than the others, its wood scarred with age. What's inside? Ronke asked. The housekeeper crossed herself. All the things. That night, when Chief Balogun traveled to Abuja, Ronke took the key she had found, hidden beneath his wardrobe drawer. The door creaked open. Inside were photographs, hundreds of them, women, young women, all wearing the same terrified expression. And in the center of the room, framed larger than the rest, was a photograph of Ronke herself, taken before she ever met Chief Balogun. Her knees buckled. On the back of each photo was a date and a name. Some names were crossed out in red ink. Ronke found the diary tucked beneath a loose floorboard. If anyone finds this, it began, run. The diary belonged to Bolan Balogun, Chief Balogun's first wife. The woman everyone said died peacefully in her sleep. Page after page told a different story. Bolane wrote of rituals, of sacrifices, of a man obsessed with staying powerful, staying young, staying untouchable. He says the girls must come willingly, Bolan wrote. He says love makes it stronger. Ronke vomited. The last entry was dated 1 week before Bolangle's death. I am tired. If I die, know that he did this. Ronke went
I
to her
found
mother.
these. I thought they might help.
Mama Kemi
Oh,
listened,
look at this
shaking,
one. It hurts
tears
so
streaming
much. I
down her
know.
face. You knew? Ronke whispered. Mama Kemi looked away. He helped us, she said weakly. I thought, I prayed. Ronke left without another word. Kunla was next. He didn't deny it. I was going to warn you, he said, but he paid me to disappear. The betrayal cut deeper than fear. Chief Balogun returned early. He found Ronke waiting in the locked room. So, he said calmly, you know, she raised the diary. You killed them. He smiled sadly. I saved Nigeria's economy. Do you know how many people depend on me? He stepped closer, and now you are part of it. Ronke ran, the guards chased, but the women in the photographs, those who survived, had been waiting. The house burned that night. Chief Balogun did not escape. The newspapers called it a tragic accident. Ronke called it freedom. She cut her hair. She changed her name. She learned that survival is its own kind of wealth. Years later, when girls asked Ronke about marrying for money, she told them the truth. Some prices are paid in cash, she said. Others are paid in blood. And sometimes the secret you marry is the one that almost kills you.